The 2020 season was the year of the wide receivers. We saw Stephon Diggs have a career year in Buffalo. We saw Justin Jefferson have a monster rookie season, surpassing Anquan Bolden's rookie receiving yardage record in Minnesota. But who are the best 5 wide receivers of all time? I am Marcus Mosher of the Game Day, and here are my top 5 wide receivers in NFL history. At number 5 is a bit of a surprise. We're going old school with Lance Allwork of the San Diego Chargers. Allwork was somebody who doesn't get enough recognition for what he did during the early stages of the NFL. From 1964 to 1968, he averaged 102 yards per game, and that's incredible way back then in that stage of the NFL. Through his career, he averaged 19 yards per reception. He made 6 All-Pros in his NFL career. He was just consistent year in and year out, and he was putting up numbers that would be crazy in even today's NFL. So Lance Allwork coming in at number 5, and you can make a case that he should be much, much higher on this list. At number 4 is Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. Jones currently leads the NFL in receiving yards per game at 101.3. No wide receiver in NFL history has a career yardage total that high. While Julio's touchdown numbers might not be the same as other players on this list, his consistency game in and game out is just unbelievable. His ability to run routes, to make plays in the air with his size and his speed, he's just a total package. And with his career still going on, I know he battled some injuries during the 2020 season. His career total should look absolutely fantastic when he decides to hang up his cleats. So at number 4, Julio Jones, and I would not be surprised if he ends up in the top 3 when his career is all over. At number 3 is Terrell Owens of the 49ers, of the Cowboys, of the Eagles. He actually played with a lot of different teams, but one of the things that T.O. was so good at was always having monster seasons, being able to overcome injuries. We saw that play out in the Super Bowl as he battled his way back from a fractured ankle. T.O. was just an absolute freak. He had 11,000 total yards from 2000 to 2008. We know he played with a bunch of different quarterbacks, and that's going to be a little bit of a theme here because some of these other receivers on this list had some steady quarterback play throughout their career, where T.O. played with several different quarterbacks on several different teams. So his ability to play that well with so many different guys throwing the ball is just absolutely fantastic. We even saw him at the later stages of his career when he was with Buffalo and he was with the Bengals, still be able to produce some monster numbers. So T.O. at number 3. At number 2 is Randy Moss, and I know there's a lot of buzz about Randy Moss being number 1 on this list. And listen, you can make a really strong case for Randy Moss. He averaged 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns in the first 6 years of his NFL career. We really have never seen a rookie receiver like him. I think he's the best deep threat we've ever seen. He's the best red zone receiver that we've ever seen. We saw a little bit of his career wasted with the Raiders, in the middle. But when he got to New England and he was paired with Tom Brady, he had that 23 touchdown season that I don't think ever will be broken. He did have some flaws in his games in terms of going over the middle. Not the most physical receiver we've ever seen, but he might have been the most athletic. So Randy Moss at number 2. I feel pretty strongly that he's going to remain there for a long, long time. And at number 1, of course, is Jerry Rice. Who else could it be? Jerry Rice had 11 seasons in his NFL career with at least 1,200 receiving yards, 14 seasons with at least 1,000 receiving yards. At the age of 40, when he was playing with the Raiders, he had 92 receptions for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. I still think he had one of the best statistical seasons ever when he caught 22 touchdowns in just 12 games in a shortened season. He's one of the only players to battle back from a torn ACL and actually be better. Jerry Rice, the best route runner in the NFL history. He had the best hands in NFL history. Now, he did have the benefit of playing with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in Joe Montana and Steve Young, but he's really the reason those guys were so good. He just got open all the time. It didn't matter what cornerback you put on him. He could make plays in the short, intermediates, deep parts of the field. He was unstoppable after the catch. Jerry Rice, my number 1 receiver of all time. Who are your top 5 receivers of all time? Make sure you comment and leave your answer below. And as always, thank you for watching the Game Day.